So my name's David, I'm 6'3" and I'm 90 kilos. And in this video, I'm going to go through a few things that I think you should be considering if you are a tall runner, because the harsh reality of running is the heavier and taller you are, the more disadvantages typically come with that. If we think critically about the fastest runners in the world, male and female, they are stereotypically of a very small build in terms of height and in terms of weight. I don't know this for sure. I'm going to have to Google this, so I'll overlay it. But I'm pretty sure Eliud Kipchoge, he must be around 5'8". And I swear the guy weighs like 52, 54 kilos. I'm almost double that body weight. So, will I ever be as fast as Eliud Kipchoge? Probably not. But that doesn't mean that I can't still improve my pace and general running performance. So, first things first, let's talk about heat. The hotter you are, the more that is going to impair your performance. And as a tall runner, we have a larger surface area, meaning we are emitting more heat, so we are more likely to sweat, and therefore we have to be very wary and conscious of the clothes that we're wearing. Thick cotton, like this, or a t-shirt like this, it's not ideal. Because if you think about it, if it's hot, you're going to sweat, the cotton will absorb the moisture and it will hold on to it. So you need to focus on polyester-based clothing. So these running shorts, for example, from 262, I'm not affiliated with them at all, but these are very light and they're very breathable. So as a result of that, I'm going to be emitting less heat in and around my legs. Equally, in terms of a top, this is just a random example from Nike, the material of this is very stretchy, it's very breathable. So this is the type of clothing you need to be wearing on race day. If you choose cotton, you're simply taking a risk. You can just get shorts as well. Shorts, mainly polyester. Again, this is just an example of Nike. But you want to keep it to a minimum. It's annoying when it comes to maybe fueling and hydration, but stay away from a vest because that's not only added weight, but it's an added layer. So heat is really important. If you're tall, you want to reduce it as much as possible. Just on the topic of heat, one thing I do want to touch on is electrolytes. Because us, taller runners, we burn more heat, we naturally lose more electrolytes, notably sodium, whether we're running indoors or outdoors. If it's a long run, we're going to lose a lot of sodium. So it's really important to take on sodium during the run, as well as, depending on how far you're going to run, we want a sodium load beforehand as well. Tall runners, you could easily get away with 2,000 milligrams of sodium before a race. Just because if you're going at race pace in particular, you're going to go through so much sodium. Definitely something to consider. If you aren't thinking about sodium at the moment, you're over 6 foot, oh my gosh, your potential performance-wise could notably increase just by playing around with sodium. Weight is the next factor. Physically, the heavier you are, the slower you're going to be. I listened to a podcast last year, the name of it completely escapes me, but a Kenyan coach, running coach, was the interviewee, and he was asked, what do you look for in terms of physical attributes with regards to a male athlete? And I'm sure it would be the same for a female athlete as well, aspiring athlete. And he said, all I want to see, and I will excuse the explicits, is genitalia and ribs. And the picture he was trying to paint was he doesn't want to see any additional mass. He wants you to be the bare bones, literally. And so being a tall runner, we're already at a disadvantage because we have more weight with our actual frame, but coupled with additional body fat, with muscle mass, all of this compounds. And so when it comes to weight, I may be in a bit more of a unique position because I have built a little bit of muscle over the years, and you may well have as well. If that is the case, then we have sacrificed an element of pace by saying that you don't want to lose muscle. And B, we're going to have to really control the other variable, which is body fat percentage. Now, males and females are going to be different, but males, I would recommend striving for a body fat percentage between 8 to 12% to truly understand your full running potential. Females is going to be slightly higher, in and around 20%, and I don't want you to lose more than 0.8, at most 1 kilo per week. Because if we go beyond that, and it can very easily happen when you're running, if you're losing that much weight per week, it's going to impact your level of performance. And ultimately, fundamentally, we want to be a better runner, but we should not impair performance for the sake of weight loss. We need to fuel the tank. We need to fuel our sessions. So weight is really, really important and something us tall runners cannot ignore. Stride length is the final factor that I want you to consider as a taller runner because we have been blessed with longer limbs, certainly longer legs. And so if we capitalize on our build, we can gain a very small advantage over competitors of a smaller build. The reason being is that if we can increase our stride length and with that increase our cadence, we are going to be able to run faster for longer. For the majority of us tall runners though, we don't capitalize on that because of two factors mainly. The first of which is weight. Relative to our weight, we don't have enough strength and power to propel ourselves forward. And as a result, because of that extra weight, our stride length is very short. And as a result of that, our impact time on the ground is going to be higher. And if we're touching the ground more, our muscles are going to fatigue more as a result. The second thing is going to be a lack of flexibility. If you have a lack of flexibility in and around your lower extremities, you're not going to be able to get the full range of motion and that full eccentric and concentric phase of your muscles. Now, to remedy both of these things, one answer is needed, and that is strength training. Strength training is going to do absolute wonders for us tall runners for a myriad of reasons. First of which is going to help with body composition, it's going to help with weight management, and secondly, it's going to help with flexibility. People don't often affiliate flexibility with weight training. They typically think of yoga, Pilates, an exercise mat, and a foam roller. And although that has its place, if you train through full ranges of motion in the gym, you are in turn not only strengthening your muscles and tendons, but you're increasing flexibility. So I want you in the gym once a week, ideally twice, 30 to 45-minute sessions, and stick to basic movements, compound, squats and or deadlifts, and single leg work. Lunges in any way, shape or form are brilliant because it really does exaggerate flexibility, strength, balance, coordination, all in an abundance. Strength training is crucial. If you're a bit unsure about what stride length is, probably should have said that at the beginning, it's essentially the distance between one foot hitting the floor and that same foot hitting the floor again. So right foot, left foot, right foot. That distance, if we can increase that as a tall runner, it's going to play to our advantage. So to recap, first and foremost, we need to make sure that we're reducing the amount of heat that our body is producing, so wear less clothing. Secondly, weight management. We need to optimize our body composition so we can give the most performance possible relative to our muscle ratio and body fat percentage. Thirdly, it's going to be strength training. Do not neglect strength training. Runners typically just run. But if you do a little bit of strength training every week, you are going to optimize and capitalize on this big frame and tall frame that we have.